Hello, my name is Michelle Hayes, and I am the Executive Director and Registrar at BC Housing's Licensing and Consumer Services Department. At Licensing and Consumer Services, we're responsible for administering the Homeowner Protection Act and regulation. The purpose of the Act is to strengthen consumer protection for buyers of new homes, to improve the quality of residential construction, as well as supporting research and education initiatives for the construction industry and for consumers. Today I'm here to talk to you about home warranty insurance. We'll be covering a variety of topics, including Chapter 1, which will be around what home warranty insurance is. In the second chapter, we will talk about how to find out whether or not your home has home warranty insurance. In the third chapter, we'll be covering what homeowners need to know to get the most out of their policy. And lastly, in the fourth chapter, we'll be covering what you need to know if you find an issue in your home. So now in our first chapter, we're going to talk about what is home warranty insurance. Buying a new home is going to be one of the most largest investments that you're going to make as an individual. And so naturally, you're going to want to ensure that your investment is protected, which includes protecting you against construction defects. BC has one of the strongest construction defects insurances in Canada. Our role at BC Housing through the Homeowner Protection Act is to ensure that all new homes in BC are built by a licensed residential builder and are covered by mandatory third-party home warranty insurance. Now, there are some exemptions to this. The most common one would be the owner-builder authorization. An owner-builder is an individual who is not looking to build a house for a market sale, but is building a home for their own personal use. Now, home warranty insurance is different from home insurance. Home insurance is something that most people will always put on their home, no matter what the age of the house, and it's to protect you when something unexpected or accidental happens, floods, fires, theft. Home warranty insurance is different because it covers new homes, so for the first 10 years, and it's specifically a construction defect insurance. Home warranty insurance protects you against different construction defects for specific periods of time. The minimum coverage is 2 years on material and labor. There are some limits that apply. So, for example, the first 12 months of coverage is going to be for defects in materials and labors, as well as building code violations, and that's for all detached homes and strata units. And then that goes up to 15 months coverage for the common property in a multi-unit building of a strata. And then for the full 2 years, the full 24 months, you're going to have coverage for defects in material and labor in your major systems. So that's things like electrical, plumbing, and heating and air conditioning, just to name a few. Then you also have 5 years coverage on the building envelope. So that is the components that will separate the indoors from the outdoors and covers you from unexpected water penetration, as well as then you have 10 years on the building structure. So the building structure is defects that include anything on the load-bearing walls or anything that might cause structural damage. Now, there are some exclusions to the policy of home warranty insurance, and that includes things such as landscaping, detached structures such as carports and garages, as well as work that's done by the owner, not by the builder. And so that's a really important one to think about as well. So if you've hired a builder to work on your home for you and you've decided that you want to do some of that finishing work yourself, that would be excluded from your policy of home warranty insurance. It would be important to have those conversations up front between yourself and your builder and the warranty provider before committing to doing any of that work, just to ensure that everybody's on the same page and that the warranty provider would be open to doing a policy of warranty with exclusions. Now, I've only covered what's covered under a policy of home warranty insurance and excluded at a very high level. There's a lot more details that you can find. I would recommend that you go onto our website and read one of our bulletins called Guide to Home Warranty Insurance, and it'll lay out all the regulated requirements of home warranty insurance. It's going to help you get a deeper understanding of what is covered and what's not covered, as well as all the exclusions that may be there. It's also really important to remember that when you are working on a home, that this is the regulated minimum requirement of home warranty insurance that must be provided to you as a consumer. This cannot be nullified or avoided in any way between any kind of contract between the homeowner and the builder. You will always have this minimum 2-5-10 coverage. The guide is a great reference tool for you, but your policy will always be the best place to understand what is covered specifically for your home. To access this guide, please click on the link below. So now we're moving into chapter 2, and in this chapter we're going to cover how to know whether or not your home has home warranty insurance. As I mentioned earlier, home warranty insurance applies to homes that have been built within the last 10 years. BC Housing has a new homes registry on our website, and that is a really great tool for you to go on to and check to see whether or not the home you are looking to purchase is covered by a policy of home warranty insurance. Through the new homes registry, you can type in the address and you'll be able to see whether or not the home has warranty, if it does, who that warranty provider is, whether or not the policy has commenced and what the commencement date is, who the licensed builder is as well. And then from there, you can click on the licensed builder registry and be taken directly to a link that's going to give you all the contact information for the builder. If it's not covered by home warranty insurance, you'll also be able to find that information, such as whether or not it was built under an owner-builder authorization, and if so, whether or not that owner-built home can legally be sold. If you're purchasing a new home, you should also be provided with a policy of home warranty insurance from your warranty provider. That's going to include information such as the details of what is covered, if there's any exclusions, the end date of coverage periods for the home, who the warranty provider is, and who their contact information is, and who the builder is. If you're not the first owner and you've not received any policy documents, then what I would suggest is going on to the new homes registry to determine who the warranty provider is and contact them to receive that information. You may also be able to receive it from your realtor if they get that from the seller for you. Another way to know about your home warranty insurance is checking the electrical box in your home. When the home is first constructed, the warranty provider will include a sticker with the policy information with instructions for that homeowner to put the sticker onto the electrical box. And that sticker is going to identify who the warranty provider is as well as the different expiry dates. It's important to know that warranty applies to the home and not to the homeowner. So what that means is that the home can be sold multiple times throughout that 10-year warranty period, and the policy remains active on that house. If you're purchasing a unit in a strata, each owner is going to receive their own policy information for their specific unit. Additionally, the common property has a separate policy, and that policy is managed by the strata corporation. Another resource that I would suggest is that if you're looking to purchase a home, we have a great resource titled Buying a Home in British Columbia, a Consumer Protection Guide. This has great information to help understand what you should look for when purchasing a home. It includes key resources on home inspections and more details on purchasing homes built by an owner builder as well. And you can click on the link below to see that resource. In our third chapter, we're going to be talking about what your responsibilities are as a homeowner. First and foremost, you're going to want to be responsible for understanding your policy. You want to know the extent and limitation of your coverage. So for example, reading through your policy and knowing what your expiry dates for your 2, your 5, your 10. Taking the time to read through some of these resources and really get a good understanding as to, what home warranty insurance is, what is a construction defect. Another really great resource when it comes to construction defects is our Residential Performance Guide. The Residential Performance Guide gives you a good understanding as to how home warranty insurance providers may respond to a construction defect claim. So what might be covered and what might not be covered. You want to ensure that when you're reading through your policy that you're also aware of your expiry dates and also what the possible exclusions may be. It's also really important that you're storing these documents in a safe place. Put them in a place with all your other home documents, including your maintenance manuals. Ensure that you read through the Residential Performance Guide that's also on the BC Housing website and is also included in the link below. The Residential Performance Guide is going to explain how homes should perform and which defects might be covered. I mentioned earlier maintaining the home, and so this is a really important topic for us to talk about. If you're a first-time homeowner, you may receive maintenance documentation from your warranty provider or builder. If you do, you want to make sure that you're adhering to these maintenance requirements, not only to protect your policy of home warranty insurance, but as well as to protect your investment. If you're not the first homeowner and you're buying the home resale, make sure to obtain it from the seller, or if you don't have one, follow up with your warranty provider to find out whether or not there is any maintenance requirements for the home and what those are. The manual is going to provide you information on care and maintenance of the new homes, including maintenance of common properties for strata. If the manual happens to be provided to you and the maintenance is not performed as outlined, that is possibly a reason for your claim to be denied, because it could be determined to be neglect or improper maintenance. Other conditions that risk limiting coverage can include changes or alterations to the home after occupancy by anyone but the builder, so you have to be mindful of that if you're considering a renovation. Another one would be not taking timely action to prevent or minimize loss or damage to the home if something happens like a flood as an example, or using the home for anything that's not residential purposes. Another resource that I'd like to highlight is our Maintenance Matters series. As I mentioned at the very beginning of this, one of our mandates is to ensure that we're doing research and education that benefits consumers, and the Maintenance Matters series is one of the ways that we do this. We have Maintenance Matters bulletins on our website, as well as helpful YouTube videos that helps both homeowners and stratas maintain their home. This is really important whether or not you even have a policy of home warranty insurance. So I highly recommend that you click on the link below and give them a look. If you discover a possible defect in your home, review your warranty insurance policy immediately to see whether or not that defect might be covered. If you're unsure, you can go back to that resource that I talked to in Chapter 3, which is the Residential Performance Guide, and that should provide you some guidance. All claims are handled by the warranty provider, so if you have a possible construction defect, make sure that you submit that claim as soon as possible as you see the issue. When you're submitting your claim, even though they're handled by warranty providers, ensure that you put it in writing to both your builder and the warranty provider. You may have a great builder who's working with you on the issue, but by putting it in writing to both the builder and the warranty provider is ensuring that you're protecting your policy, particularly if it's close to your expiry date. When you're providing your claim, make sure that you're putting in as much detailed information as possible, describing the problem. If you've taken any pictures, include those as well. Include all your policy information and specific dates that you noticed the issue. If you live in a strata property and you see an issue in your individual unit, you're responsible for reporting that defect. However, if there's an issue in the common property, it's the strata corporation who's responsible for reporting those defects and those claims. Your warranty provider or your builder will contact you to evaluate the defect. It's important that you work with both your builder and your warranty provider and allow them access to your home so they can make a claims determination. Under the Homeowner Protection Act, all repairs must be done in a timely manner. However, there are some reasonable allowances, such as things like weather and availability of labor. Now, when you receive your decision from your warranty provider, all claims decision will be in writing, so make sure that you keep that documentation if it's received. If your warranty provider determines that it is a construction defect and they send out the builder to respond to that claim, all your repairs are also expected to be covered as well. So you will have 1 year coverage from construction defects from your labor and materials on those repairs. Now, if your claim is denied, your warranty provider will have to provide you written reasons as to why it's being denied, and they'll also inform you of your rights. If you disagree with the claims determination, there are dispute resolution options that you can go through. For example, the warranty provider is required to provide an ombudsperson or a complaint liaison officer that you can address your concerns to. As well, under the Act and regulations, it allows an owner to initiate mandatory mediation of disputes filed before the expiry date. Now, although BC Housing does not regulate warranty providers or adjudicate claims disputes, we are here to help in our capacity, which is through education. We can provide education to homeowners on the requirements of the Act, understanding your warranty policy, and what your options are if a dispute occurs. BC Housing has a really useful guide on our website called Options for Resolving Residential Construction Disputes, and that explains your options as a homeowner when you're looking to solve defects and disputes. And that's posted in the link below.